Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. We're going to be talking about three things that could possibly make trucking great again. And as we always like to do, let's jump to these things right away. The first one is interest rates. We've been expecting the interest rates to be cut, but they have been steady for last few months. Now everyone is saying that the Fed will actually cut the interest rates down, and what they're saying, that's gonna be pretty soon. So let's go back a little bit. The Fed hiked interest rates a total of 11 times since the COVID. In March 2022, the Fed made its first interest hike, and in July 2023, the Fed made its final 0.25 interest rate hike, and the rate has not been cut since. Usually when the interest rates go down, we are seeing companies willing to invest more, we are seeing banks lending more money, and generally more money is being spent. And that means good things for the trucking industry. That means that people are going to buy more stuff and we're going to have more stuff to transport. So that's one of these really important things that may make trucking great again. And unemployment levels skyrocketed during the COVID-19 pandemic, peaking at 14.7 in April 2020, and they wouldn't return to pre-pandemic levels until March 2022. Therefore, the Fed's first goal was to foster a favorable environment for job creation. It actually cut interest rates to zero in March 2020 and held them steady for 2 years. Low interest rates make it easier for businesses to expand, home buyers to obtain mortgages, and banks to lend to each other, all of which spur economic growth and thus create more jobs. As of January 2024, the Fed funds rate stands at 5.4%, its highest level since 2002. How fast can we see the Fed cut rates and how far will they go? The Fed is poised to cut its benchmark interest rate next month from its 23-year high. How fast it may cut rates after that, though, will be determined mainly by whether employers keep hiring. A lower Fed benchmark rate would eventually lead to lower rates for auto loans, mortgages, and other forms of consumer borrowing. So year-over-year inflation hits its lowest level in 3 years right now, clearing a way for Fed to begin cutting rates. Hopefully these are good news for trucking industry. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is trucking companies' closures. We are running a carrier database search on our website on neverstoptruck.in, and we have a list of revoked authorities. Every day, hundreds of trucking authorities are being revoked. Last year, it was 200 to 300 companies a day. This year, it's around 500, 600, or even 700 companies a day that are being closed. The thing is that most of these companies, as we know, are 1 to 10 trucks. A big majority of them is just owner-operators with 1 or 2 trucks. So when we see these companies being closed, it's not like we are seeing thousands and thousands of trucks moving out of the industry. For example, if we have a large company shutting down, that means a lot of trucks right now are sitting. But these small companies are the backbone of the trucking industry, and unfortunately we are seeing them go out of the business a lot, especially the newer authorities, especially the ones that are being granted authority by the FMCSA this year. So what they came to realize is that, well, I want to save some money, I want to have my own authority, and I'll start my own business. But then once they started it in this year, the brokers changed so many rules, and now the brokers will expect everyone to have 6 months to a year of authority, and then they will give them the loads. But another problem is even if you reach 6 months and you don't have any inspections on your record, then they're not going to give you these loads anymore. I speak to owner-operators almost every day, and some of them came to drive in this company because they thought they would be able to have their own authority. But the problem is that the brokers are not giving them loads and the insurance is so high. Semi-truck owner-operators, is your current company cutting down your rates? Are you not getting the fuel discounts? Are you not getting the loads you deserve? Is your dispatcher sleeping at 9 a.m. in the morning? At Usora Express, you will work with the owner and you will work with trucking industry veterans. Come to Usora Express and let's make trucking great again. More info in the description of this video. Click on the link and I hope to see you here. So most of these companies that are closing this year are small companies, very small companies, and brand new companies. Until we see some closures of large companies and mid-sized companies that have been in business for a while, then I don't think the markets will improve. Pretty soon, most companies will run out of those idle loan funds and PPP loans. A lot of them are seeing their contract rates cut down too. So a lot of these companies are actually either shutting down or closing some of their terminals. And those things, once everything resets and once these companies are out of business and their trucks are off the road, we will see less trucks on the road, meaning the load to truck ratio would be different. In 2023, approximately 88,000 trucking companies ceased operations. If we see these trucking companies, the smaller ones, going out of business, it will give way to larger companies and they're going to be able to operate on smaller profits, right? Because they go by volume. For us, that's different. But once we see these bigger companies starting to fail, then hopefully we will see the trucking great again. And the third thing that might make trucking great again is a new person in the White House. Now, this is a touchy subject. We don't talk about politics, but I feel like this will change a lot of things. If this is a Democratic president, then their policies are probably not going to change, but we may see some difference as far as the investing goes. If it goes the other way around, if we have a Republican in the White House, my opinion is that the rates will slowly start to improve because the investors will be more willing to invest. We might see some action again in the White House. You know, unlike last few years, we might see something actually happening. I know that traditionally truck drivers will vote Republican, but I was not that surprised at this poll that I actually made yesterday on my YouTube channel, but I was just amazed how much has changed in last year or two as far as the feeling goes towards a Republican or a Democratic candidate. So I made a poll on Never Stop Trucking YouTube channel in the community, and people are able to vote whether they think Trump or Harris will be better for the trucking industry, right? So I had a simple question. 74% of the people voted for Trump and only 6% for Harris. 20% were not sure. So 74 to 6. This is really interesting. Most people think that Trump will be better for the trucking industry, and I think the same. So whether we see the trucking great again has to do a lot with the next president, right? Hopefully all three of these things will change in our favor and we will see these great rates again. Thanks for watching. If you want to be a part of Make Trucking Great Again movement, check out what Usora Express has to offer to semi-truck drivers. Check out the description of this video, and I have a link there where you can go and we can talk, and hopefully we can work together. Thanks for watching. This is Anis from Never Stop Trucking.